All right, here we are for round number 2. Our opponent did not show up again last round, so let's go ahead and quick move that to a 1-0. No green mana here means this is a mulligan. This would actually probably not be good enough anyway, even with a green mana, but it would be close. Gonna mulligan this one. Okay, this hand is decent if I can find a land in like the top 2, so I think I'm gonna keep it. Don't really want to go to 5. Ugh. Yeah, let's put that on top. Tap land feels pretty bad though. Did have 7. 7 of my lands do come into play tapped, so I guess it's not like I can't complain too much about it. Gonna go ahead and play the Colony Garden first, I guess. Get a token out there. My opponent's probably gonna assume that I'm playing Presence of God here. That's what I would assume if I saw this. All right, blue-black. This will be interesting. Depends a lot on the blue-black build that they're playing. Like, if they have stuff like Echoing Decay, it could be pretty bad. If they've got like Evancard Justice, it'd be really bad. We're super dead to that card. They're only on 60 cards, though, so they're not playing my deck. They're playing something else. They didn't have an island last turn, otherwise they almost certainly would have played an island. This looks like an Augur. Oh, Chainer's Edict. Hoo boy. Talk about a bad card against us. Jeez. I should have considered almost just Sprout Swarming there, but that seems unnecessary. Go ahead and play this Nest Invader. I do have the option to play one Sprout Swarm here if I want. My opponent missed a land drop, which is a lot worse for their deck than for my deck. Like, if I don't draw any more lands this whole game, I might be okay. If they don't draw a land in, like, the next 2 turns, they probably are going to lose. Alrighty. Well, I don't believe I can tap this and sack it, so there's no way for me to play the Scatter the Seeds, which is why I was thinking maybe I should have played a Sprout Swarm last turn. But I'll just attack here, get him for 2. See if they play like, they'll probably play like a Think Twice here or something. Nope, nothing. It's gonna be a Chainer's Edict again. I probably will just cast a Sprout Swarm here if they Chainer's Edict. Nope. They're not doing it. They still have to decide. So I'm going to keep this Bolt in hand. I don't know if they're an Augur Bolas kind of deck. They probably are. They're deciding to discard rather than... Do I just play this? I think I'm just going to play it. Alrighty. Reaping the Graves. Alright, so that's the kind of deck we're looking at. I'm just going to pass a turn and play Scatter the Seeds, I think. Fortunately, again, like, well, no, let's just get him for 3. I'm going to play my Thermo Alchemist. Nah. Alright. Thing is, I want to put on pressure. Yeah. Let's just get in. I don't think this deck, they don't play very many copies of like False Summoning or whatever. Like, they don't play Remove Soul very often. At least not very many. So I'm expecting like a Doomblade on my Thermo Alchemist. So we're gonna miss our land drop next turn. That's okay. So they're on the like the Flicker deck. And I think we all know what that means. Well, you guys might not know what that means, but that means they are almost certainly not playing Evancard's Justice, which means we are going to probably be in pretty good shape to win this game 1. We're pretty far ahead of them. So I'm going to bolt their Chittering Rats, just get it off the table. It is a little annoying that I'm turning on their what's it called? Unearth. And actually, maybe I shouldn't have done that just because I didn't really need to attack this turn or anything. But I think it's fine. Oh, that was really dumb. Holy cow, that was really dumb. All right, punt counter up 1. So if I just left this guy untapped, I could have sacked my spawn and tapped my Thermal Alchemist to play another Scatter the Seeds or even a Sprout Form this turn. I don't think it's going to matter unless they have Echoing Decay for all my Saplings, so I probably wouldn't have wanted to play either of these things anyways, but that's still that's just a bad play. It's a really bad play. So I do have enough mana to use this Dynacharge. So I'm going to do that, and I don't know, that's probably lethal. I don't really look. I should probably check just because like this Sprout Swarm. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 1, or this is not going to get through. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures that get through. That's 15. Yep. So let's just go ahead and cast the Sprout Swarm. It also gets me another Thermal Alchemist trigger here. Alright, let's make sure. I only have 4 mana now, so I can't scatter the seeds yet again. Just punt city. Alright, this is even more damage now. Attack with everything. Yeah, now my Eldrazi spawn can get in. Looks like we got him. Our opponent had a really bad draw. Like missing those lands and having like Chainer's Edicts and stuff against me is really bad. They didn't have an Echoing Decay, so nothing they could really do. Alright, Thermal Alchemist on tap. Even if they have a Disfigure, they're still dead. They're still super dead. Alright, cool. So they're probably playing like Shrivels or something. I don't know. So I want these Pyroblasts for sure. I have to decide how much I want to play around like Shrivel, and then if I want this Relic or not. This is my problem with Relic. We're playing against the deck. This got to be the deck that the Relic is for, right? This deck and Tron. And do I even want it here? Like, I've got these other cards I want to bring in. And the Relic is slow, like super slow. And I want to kill them before anything that has to do with relics even matters. So I'm not sure I even want it. I want these ones to decide what I think about. So like the bolts are not great. Living Totem, again, I think is the worst one probably. I don't want to make their removal 1-for-1. So I think I'll probably cut those. And then the Might of the Masses, probably not great. So I think I'm going to cut... I have to decide if I'd rather cut Might of the Masses or Dynacharge. So the problem with Might of the Masses is if they have like a single removal spell, they can kill the creature in response. So they're both bad if I'm short on creatures, which is not that unlikely to happen in this matchup. And Might of the Masses is also bad against targeted removal, whereas Dynacharge is not. On the other hand, Might of the Masses can save my creatures from like a Disfigure or something. I don't know. That's not particularly important. I still want these bolts so I can get through their creatures. Also, it can be really important to bolt your own creature that they're trying to hit with. If they're trying to hit it with an Echoing Decay. So I think I'm going to cut... I don't know what to cut. Let's cut these... Let's cut 2 Living Totem, two Dynacharge, and 1 Might of the Masses, because I'm bringing in more like pumpy stuff, I guess. No, I want these. Let's keep these Dynacharges in. I'm going to take out all the Living Totems. Don't like Living Totem. Seems to be kind of the weak link, but I haven't drawn all the cards yet in this deck. Like, I haven't drawn a Mogg War Marshal yet at all, for example. This hand looks quite good. Let's keep this. It's going to be kind of bad against a counterspell on turn 2, but whatever. If our opponent just holds up counterspell, I might not play into it. I might just wait one more turn to Pyroblast. So, alright. We got the Colony Garden. So, if I hit one of the creatures that makes Okay, they've got nothing. So if I hit a Nettle Sentinel or a Mog War Marshal, I'll be able to scatter the seeds next turn. As it sits, I can't. Or another Burning Tree Emissary would also do it. Looks like that's not happening, but that's okay. It's still a pretty good turn. So we'll go Burning Tree Emissary. Gotta do this nonsense because of the hybrid mana. It's a little sad that I can't hold up Pyroblast this turn, but it is what it is. Alright, and again, I'm a little short of Scatter the Seeds. I'm just one creature short, so. Alright. We're good. Good to go. Sadly, Spider Silk Armor does not have Convoke, so can't do that. Let's see what they play here. Stormbound Geist is heinously bad against us. I am surprised that is in their deck, to be honest. Right on time, except you're totally not on time. So let's just like play all this stuff. So play the Nest Invader. I'm gonna hold up Pyroblast. I'm gonna not play the Scatter the Seeds right now, I don't think. I'm a little worried about an Evankar's Justice. Nah, this deck doesn't play. You can't play Evankar's Justice in this deck. Come on. We'll go ham. We'll go ham for sure. So they might have a Shrivel, which would obviously be annoying, but especially since I've got this Spider Silk Armor in hand that I just didn't cast, but so obviously this is worse against Shrivel because I could have just, I could have just held up. I could have just held this up, but it's a lot worse against a counterspell, so no, that was just stupid. That was just a bad play because I'm holding up Pyroblast anyway. My opponent doesn't know how Stormbound Geist works, so that's going to work out to our advantage when I just attack them here and they can't block me, and they realize that Stormbound Geist is really bad against us. Just actually doesn't do anything. Not going to play into their counterspell. I'm not going to play any spells into it. They're going to be like, why can't I block? What's going on? Stormbound Geist can only block creatures with flying people. It's really bad to bring in against decks that don't have any flyers. So if I draw an untapped land there, I would have played my Spider Silk Armor, but as it is, I'm not going to. Alright, so I've punted like almost every game so far. Yeah, there you go, opponent. Get in. Taking 2. They don't have any variety of ninjas, it doesn't look like. I do have to decide if they play a Chainer's Edict what I'm going to sacrifice. Alrighty. Well, kind of in a holding pattern here. As long as they're just sitting there holding up counterspells, I'm going to sit here and hold up my Pyroblast. So mana kind of getting me here. So I should have probably gotten in 3 damage with these scatter the seeds tokens. Doomblade, huh? Alright, well. That's fine. Opponent still takes 4. I'll save a Hydroblast for my Burning Tree Emissary. Again, I'm not just gonna run this stuff into this obvious counterspell. Like, I'm ahead on board, and if they're going to hold up 2 mana every turn for the rest of the game, that's okay by me. I'm going to go ahead and Pyroblast that guy. I assume that this is going to draw their counterspell out, which is okay with me. Yep, and I can still just Pyroblast it on my turn. Hopefully I draw a red mana or a green spell. Or really any mana any untapped land would be fine. Dynacharge, huh? That's another terrible draw, of course. Well, just Pyroblast you, get in for another 4. This has been super awkward with our lands this game. Luckily our opponent played just a dead card and has been kind of struggling to hit land drops. They finally gonna get their Mulldrifter? Nope. So they're gonna be finding a land off this Seagate Oracle probably. And it was untapped, unfortunately, for us. Which means they can actually cast something this turn. They can cast a removal spell or something. Man, our draw is just lined up horribly. Man, oh man. Well, that card I can actually cast... Man, let's play this Mog War Marshal. Okay. Just gonna pass the turn. I'm expecting another Doomblade, so like I attack with both of these and they like Doomblade or disfigure one of them. And I would rather just play my Scatter the Seeds. What I'm hoping is they like tap really low for a Mulldrifter. Okay, Shooting Rat's pretty annoying. Doesn't really matter which one I put on top. Let's just put the Thermo Alchemist on top. Pretty far away from casting that guy. Yep, take 2. So they're still holding up Counterspell. Obviously I'm not going to pay for this Mog War Marshal. Alright, they're countering my Scatter. So I'm going to let that die. Then I think I'm going to play the Spider Silk Armor. And then attack with... This is a tough call. So if I attack with everything and they have like a Dispel or something, doesn't matter. So they like Seagate Oracle block my Goblin and Chittering Rats block one of these guys. I get in for 2 and play a Thermo Alchemist. That could be okay. If I play the Spider Silk Armor, they can kill something with my their Chittering Rats and then like get a free block. I'm just going to play the Thermo Alchemist. It's a lot worse against Hydroblast, but I haven't really seen any reason to think that they have that. Question is now, do I attack with stuff? And I think I don't. So if I attack with everything, they make like the blocks that I said. They probably trade a Chittering Rats for a Nest Invader. So they can choose if they want to trade with a Nest Invader or if they want to leave their Chittering Rats on the board, block a Goblin and block a Nest Invader. That'd actually be much better for me if they make that block, because then I could just Dynacharge, and I'd put them to 1 and kill both their creatures. So maybe I should just attack so I can so that can happen. They're so low on life that I don't really need this Dynacharge to like pump a lot of stuff. I just really need it to pump the one thing. So I'm giving my opponent an opportunity here to like make a mistake. So if they go like Seagate Oracle here and then Goblin Rat here. Okay, they made the block I thought they might make. So I can put them to 1. Let's just do that. We'll see if this works. They could have a Dispel or a Hydroblast. Wouldn't surprise me if they had either one. Okay. So they go to 1 and I take both of their creatures off the board that can block. So now they've got 1 creature that can't block. I've got 2 guys. They're at 1. Ponder. A little slow. See if it finds what they need. So Evan-Card Justice is turned off if that's something they're playing in their deck. Which again, you don't play that card if you're playing Zombie Outlanders and Stormbound Geists and Chittering Rats. Can you imagine if this had been like any other card? I would have almost certainly lost this game. If this had been a land, I would have lost. If it had been a removal spell of any kind, a counter spell, a creature. Okay. So what would be bad for us? If they have an unearth and another creature or something, it could be really bad. I don't think they have... They would have had to draw the unearth this turn. So they need to be able to stop both my guys, plus deal with this Thermo Alchemist before I untap next turn. They chose to not shuffle. So I've got to have something. What do you have, opponent? It's like a Gourmet Gangler. Way they're tapping here. I also might be banking on the fact that I might not attack with both my creatures. Maybe they're hoping I make a mistake. Well, I'm going to play my Thermo Alchemist first. If they counter it, I'm probably going to attack with both my guys. If they counter this guy, I'm also probably going to attack with both my guys. So I've got like super lethal next turn. I'm not attacking into what is probably, could definitely be a removal spell. Another Ponder. Yeah, so the reason I didn't attack there is like they just disfigure my Burning Emissary, get to eat my Goblin, and now all they need is like a Doomblade for my Thermo Alchemist. This way they need to be able to deal with 3. Like they need to be able to kill this no matter what. No matter what, they have to kill this guy. And then they've got to come up with another blocker this turn as well, or another removal spell. Am I getting shriveled or edicted? Okay, so they do have the Doomblade. It's possible I should have attacked with both of them and then, like, hope that they, like, use their Doomblade on one of them and then suddenly my Thermo Alchemist could get in. So I'm going to play this Spider Silk Armor, I think. That way they have to play a Disfigure before. And then I'll know. I don't think they have 2 removal spells anyway. I'm getting in. So they need to have a Hydroblast plus another removal spell. They haven't had the Hydroblast this whole time. I have no idea what they're casting for 3 here. Nothing. Okay, that's what I figured. Cool. So we're 2-0. Let's move on to round number 3.